Well, that looks destroyed. Oh, hey, Boone. Minutes.
I love you. Yes, I do. I love you. If you break my heart,
I'll die.
so be sure
Sure, it's true. When you say I love you. Let's go shoot people. It's such a beautiful song.
You know, I tried to measure my charisma on a Vitomatic vigor tester once. The machine burst into flames. Well, you know what that means, folks. Time for some news. Several unidentified aircraft were spotted flying over the RepCon test site by a local crackpot. He spoke to a toy mirror near one of our microphones.
It's ghouls, I tell you. Religious ghouls in rockets looking for a land to call their own. Don't you laugh at me. I know a spell that'll make you show your true form. Cave Rat taught it to me.
In other news, merchants are saying that there's been little contact between traders from Nipton in recent days, causing concerns that the isolated town may be in trouble. The news has been brought to you by the Vicky and Vance Casino. Vicky and Vance, be our partners in crime. Got a song for you now. It's about a guy who's cold on the exterior, but deep down, you know, he's a good man. And his name is Johnny Guitar.
Whoa!
Play it again, my Johnny.
you're mine.
But you're
Take
so
this.
warm inside. I was always a fool for
You're mine.
Johnny. For the one they call
No, my bro!
Hey, that's the guy. You've seen the whale, right?
Okay.
You've seen the whale, right?
Yeah?
That's
Maybe.
the guy from the whale. Can you believe it? Can you see him?
Oh, really?
Can you see him?
Yeah, I saw him. The guy who screams a bunch at the mummy?
Yeah, but I mean, he's thinner, much more handsome than he is from the whale, right?
I said, yeah? How'd that happen? The thing with the whale? Oh, okay. Oh, man, that...
Right?
Yep.
like the one they call Johnny Guitar.
Oh, I'm such a moron. I let a scorpion run up and stab me.
My Johnny,
Yep.
maybe,
Can't run from me.
but you're so
Can't run from me.
Alright, pal.
I was always a fool for my Johnny.
stuff, pal.
You're mine.
I might have killed my last legionary.
What if you stay? I love you. What if you're cruel? You can be kind. I like my Johnny, like the one they call Johnny There was never a man like my Johnny, like the one they call Johnny Guitar. Play it again.
Can't run from me.
This is Radio New Vegas, and I'm your host, Mr. New Vegas. And in case you're wondering if you've come to the right place, you have. Whoops, better put on my newsman fedora here.
Eat this.
NCR officials at Camp McCarran were relieved when technical difficulties with its monorail line to the New Vegas Strip proved easy to fix. One
Boom, you
anonymous
okay?
official
Okay.
told us a serious mechanical failure would have been a disaster because of the age of the train and the scarcity of the replacement parts.
Thanks,
Moving
pal.
on. Good Springs has fended off a mob of escaped convicts after organizing an impromptu militia. This according to an old man armed to the teeth with dynamite. Boy, the Mojave Wasteland is just a fascinating place, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
You never know what's gonna happen next. More classics coming right up for you, so stay tuned.
Yeah. Hey. Damn, poor guy. No arms, no legs. Oh, hey.
All mine. Eat this.
Ooh.
Can't run from me.
One second. Let me load it real quick. That guy was named Mo?
Run from me. Can't run from me.
Who the heck is Mo? Shooting at things. One of them's named Mo.
Eat this.
I'm gonna switch off this thing. I love his gun though. Oh.
Eat this.
Let's do this thing. Easy.
Out of this world tonight. Take me, make me forget my sorrow. So when I wake tomorrow, I'll know our love was right. Kiss me as though it were now or never. Teach me all that a heart should know. Love me as though there were no tomorrow. Oh, my darling, love me. Don't ever let me go.
Word Mo.
Love me as though there were no tomorrow.
Alright, I'm gone.
Don't ever let me go.
Oh,
Do you see that?
what?
Commercial for Fallout.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone wants to stay in the book. Read about that.
You're
Yeah.
mine.
Yeah, that dog's a weirdo. Alright. Huh. He's cute. That's sweet. He's a good boy. Oh, I can sleep on it. Yeah, sure.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to me, Mr. New Vegas, and you look extraordinarily beautiful right now.
Thanks, Mr. New
I've
Vegas.
got news for you. Scavengers report hulking individuals moving around Hidden Valley after dusk,
Oh,
but have
no,
been
no, no.
unable to identify them due to low visibility. Also, word out of Camp Golf is that many NCR Rangers can expect redeployment in the near future. One anonymous soldier said it was part of a new strategy. Well, that's all I have for you. This is Mr. New Vegas.
Well, that's too bad.
Wishing you ladylike luck tonight. And now, I'd like to play one of my very favorite songs for you.
Hey, another one.
Stay where you are. I'm sending someone up to meet you.
Hey. Oh!
Listen very closely and do as I say. Your life depends on it. Hand over everything you're carrying. Weapons, ammo, clothes, armor, everything. I want you stripped down to your underwear. I've told you what to do. Strip off your clothes and equipment, or take it all off and hand it.
Oh, well, they let Boone have his stuff. Thanks, Boone.
Where did you learn that password? And tell the truth, because I'll know if you're lying. An interesting story. It may even be true. Under normal circumstances, your story wouldn't make any difference. You'd be dead already. Lucky for you. Probably. Elder McNamara wants to meet you. So follow me, closer, or you'll be killed.
Okay, another loading.
I've been informed that you bring us ill tidings, stranger. Care to elaborate? That is sad news indeed, and I thank you for making your way here to convey it to us. But now the issue remains that an outsider knows our location. You took an extreme risk in coming here. My policy towards trespassers has not been lenient. The security of this bunker
my
is my
throat.
foremost concern, and I take pains to minimize our exposure topside. For this reason, I might be interested in contracting with an outsider who can accomplish certain tasks. Some basic, some a bit more
Nah.
involved. An NCR
Like
ranger
Flynn.
has begun to set up post in one of the other bunkers up top, for example. I want him driven off. Understood. Very well. I'll be interested to see how thoroughly and efficiently you carry out your mission. Paladin Ramos will escort you back to the bunker's entrance and set you loose. Notice that I said loose, not free. You are not free to carry the secret of this bunker's location beyond Hidden Valley, until I'm convinced that you're capable and dependable. To underscore this point, you'll be fitted with an explosive collar. Wander off and it will detonate. Focus on your mission, and you'll be fine.
Oh, that's lovely.
You'll find your equipment in the chest to your right. Don't bother coming back until you've dealt with the ranger.
I thought I had a better one. Alright. Oh, no weapon. Oh, there's 3 of them.
Thought you'd sneak up on me, you filthy powder ganger? Huh. Got some stones on you, son. I like that. What can I do for you? Dobbs is my name. I'm an NCR ranger operating out of Camp McCarran north of here. Reading man by birth, though. Well, I thought I might set up a safe house in one of the bunkers here, between the remote location and the dust storm. Of course, seems a lot less remote since you showed up. Plus, I haven't been able to get my radio working. I reckon I'll stick around a while, patrol for troublemakers, see if I can get that radio working. Oh, and in your... Standard practice. Rangers operate on our own most of the time, and that's how we like it. Usually we call in our positions to McCarran to be relayed to other rangers, but I can handle myself. I'm sure as hell not going to lose any sleep on account of a goddamn broken down radio, but it will shorten my stay if I can't fix it. Criminal scum that have infested this region, attacking caravans and regular folk just passing through. The dangerous ones are roamers. Though there's another group that mostly stays put over at the prison southwest of here. So far, the brass haven't mustered up enough men to take the prison back. Long overdue, if you ask me. Now, why would I do that? You see some powder gangers on... What are you doing? Okay.
This isn't good. Oh, nice.
Take me out of this world tonight. Take me, make me forget my sorrow. So when I wake tomorrow,
What is it?
I'll know our love was right. Kiss me as though it were now or
Oh, it's a Brotherhood base? Here? Are you shitting me? No one's seen them for years. I don't suppose you've got a scrap of... I'll be. Let me take a look at that. All this is a slave collar. Seen plenty of these infernal contraptions in my day, and I know just how to spring them. Hold still. There, it's off. Now, thing is, a slave collar seems a little too basic for the Brotherhood. That's not to say I don't believe you, but... Did you just hear something?
Yep, I knew. And I was killed instantly. Ah.
Morning. Did not just destroy my ring. Come on.
What is it?
Oh.
Love me as though there were no tomorrow. Oh, my darling, love me. Don't ever let Teach me all that a heart should know. Love me as though there were no tomorrow. Oh, my darling, love me. Don't ever let me go. As though there were no tomorrow.
Stand back from the door.
How did you resolve the situation with the... Gone? Why did he leave? And... I see. And he's not particularly likely to come back, since he's learned that the bunkers here aren't secure enough to serve as safe houses. It's not a foolproof solution, but indirect methods rarely are. What matters is that you drove him off without alerting him to our presence. Since you completed your assigned task, I will allow you to come and go from the bunker freely. So let's get that collar off you. There, that's better, I hope. Now that we have that bit of unpleasantness out of the way, there is a matter that I would like to discuss with you. Stop by the command room when you can. Oh, and bear in mind, if you end up betraying us, we will know it. And there will be no mercy.
Your presence here, outsiders aren't even allowed to know that our bunker's here, let alone come and go freely. You impressed Elder McNamara, obviously. He must believe that you'd be very useful. That's right. Nothing gets in or out of here without me knowing it. Normally, that would have fallen under my jurisdiction, but the Elder thought he'd provide a good test for you, so I backed off. Under the lockdown, only essential personnel are permitted to enter or leave. That includes supply runners and high-security patrols. All other personnel are forbidden to leave, and any personnel that were out there when the lockdown was enacted are forbidden from returning. Fine by... Later.
What I wish to discuss with you can wait for once I get settled in the command room outside.
Listening to Radio New Vegas, your little jukebox in the Mojave Wasteland. I am Mr. New Vegas, and I'm here for
work
you.
to do, so no time to talk.
All the latest news coming your way right now. The Black Mountain radio signal is back after a long absence. Listeners say the new programming is, quote, less for outcasts, more for weirdos. Moving on.
Oh, cool.
Unconfirmed reports say NCR's General Lee Oliver may have uprooted from his post at Camp McCarran in order to be present at Hoover.
It's our virtual reality training hall. We don't really go out all that often anymore, so this is how we stay sharp. Yeah, a lot more. Back when we were at the Helio station. Oh, crap. I'm pretty sure I'm not supposed to talk about that, especially... Head scribe Taggart quickly realized my extraordinary talent when I took the mandatory VR combat testing. Soon after that, he requested that I be transferred to VR specialist training, serving as his assistant. I miss hanging out with the other students all the time, but at least I get to skip all those boring lectures.
Nice.
Well, like just about everyone else here, I grew up in the Brotherhood. My father was a scribe and my mother a paladin. They both died at Helios 1. The others were always like a family to me before that, but afterward they became my family in truth.
He came riding from the south side, slowly looking all around. He's an outlaw, running
The bunker takes a little getting used to, doesn't it?
and he's here to do some
Business with a big iron on his heel.
big iron on his
Heel.
In this town there lived an outlaw by the name of Texas Red. Many men had tried to take him, and that many men
When you first showed up on our doorstep, I'll admit at first I didn't know what to think. After giving the matter some thought, however, I've decided that an outsider could be of great use to me right now. However, I will not force you to help us. Should you refuse, you will be allowed to leave here. Though no, we will be keeping an eye on you. What do you say, outsider? Then allow me to explain our situation. This bunker is currently locked down, allowing no entry or exit, with you being one of the few exceptions. In exceptional cases, teams are sent out to investigate sites or retrieve materials deemed too important to ignore. 3 such teams have gone missing recently, and the news of their disappearance has not yet been widely spread to avoid undue concern. In order to maintain the peace and adhere to the strictures of the lockdown, I need to send someone else to discover what happened to them. I'm glad I can count on you. Oh, and one other thing. The patrols each had a holotape detailing their missions that you can use to track them. The shielding of the bunker prevents us from actively tracking them. But should our worst fears become realized, please bring back all 3 of the holotapes from the patrols. Otherwise, bring our brothers home. I've given the order that you be given access to some of the equipment our scouts and patrols have scavenged over the years. You won't be allowed to purchase any prohibited equipment, but hopefully some of what's available will prove useful to you.
There was 40 feet between them when they stopped to make their play.
Hard
And
knows
the
his life in
swiftness
that
of the
water.
ranger
That's
is
why he
still
won't challenge
talked
him.
about today.
So, you're the outsider that's been
Yep.
given leave to wander around freely. Desperate times call for desperate measures, I guess.
I suppose.
Name's Harden. I'm the head paladin of this chapter, and I think we might be able to help each other out. I don't know what the Elder talked to you about, but I can tell you this chapter is in trouble, and he's at the center of it. Are you willing to listen to what I have to say? Why should you trust the Elder? I'd recommend listening to both of us and choosing whom to trust for yourself. So are you willing to listen? As you may have already heard, this entire base is under a state of lockdown. No one goes out except small patrols at night. Most of the chapter has been sealed in here for years. And those few who were outside when the lockdown was initiated are forbidden from returning. Morale has plummeted as time has gone by. And many of our current paladins haven't seen combat outside of training simulations. And all because of the Elder's explicit order that no one be allowed in or out. The only way things will change is if a new Elder is installed. Of course I have, many times in fact. The Elder has an open door policy and will listen to advice on any subject save this one. He refuses to see that our isolation is slowly weakening us. Aside from being our duty, going out on missions is what kept us strong. And because he fails to see that, he must be replaced. I would. I'm the senior-most paladin in the chapter, and have more combat experience than any 2 others here put together. I'd gladly support another candidate, but no one has the courage to step forward and make the attempt, so it falls to me. I would put this chapter back on the right path, if I could just assume leadership. I don't know. I've gone through our records dozens of times looking for a precedent regarding the dismissal of an Elder and come up with nothing. The people who are most likely to know how it could be done are also some of McNamara's strongest supporters, so they refuse to help me, which is why we're having this conversation. An outsider such as yourself would arouse less suspicion asking questions about such matters. The fact that the Elder has some tasks for you means his faithful won't suspect you, and you have a line open to the man himself. In short, you're in a perfect position to help me. Will you at least think about it? That'll have to do. I'd recommend going to see Ramos first. As head of security, he's more familiar with our protocols than anyone else here.
Okay.
You could also try to find something relevant in our data store, though last I heard Scribe Ibsen is having a bit of a problem accessing it. And if McNamara should give you any tasks, I'd ask that you kept me abreast of them. Report anything you find to me, and we'll move from there.
Hello, outsider.
Look, this isn't a great time. Oh, what the
Nerd.
hell? It's not like we're making any progress. I'm Ibsen, and I hope your day is going better. Yeah, I'm in charge of keeping this data system up and running. but accessing it is a little, touch and go at the moment. I could use some assistance, sure, but I highly doubt you have the technical background. Yeah, some pre-war jackass with too much time on his hands apparently decided to inflict his misery on those around him. It's scrambling all the terminals here at the moment. Luckily, we only use this section for storing historical data. I suppose it couldn't hurt to get another pair of eyes on this. Maybe you'll be able to come up with some... While the entire system is infected, the virus itself is spread across 3 terminals. The problem is that it keeps moving periodically. We'll have it nailed down in a terminal or 2, only to have it jump to another set of terminals before we locate the 3rd. You'll need to locate it on 3 different terminals in this area in 1 minute. Any longer and it'll jump, and you'll have to start all over. Locating the virus would probably be nearly... Normally, terminals infected by the virus just display gibberish. But we found that terminals the virus moved to had some real data passed to them. We were able to decrypt the data and discovered that it was just messages from the virus's writer taunting his victims. When you find terminals with those messages, lock them down and move on. Find 3 of them before the virus jumps, and we'll wipe the damn thing. Best of luck to you. I'll tell the others to take a break so they don't get in your way. Oh, and I'll keep track of when it jumps. To maximize your chances, wait for my signal.
Evening.
The virus just jumped. Find which terminals it went to. Seconds.
Evening.
Damn it.
This is Mr. New Vegas fanning the flames of your passion.
Jumped.
It's just about time to get you some news. NCR Correctional Facility is now under prisoner control following a successful riot. Locals should avoid anyone who looks like they've done time. One more story for you. Caesar's Legion continues to fortify its position in Nelson, where it remains a constant concern for Camp Forlorn Hope and the nearby town of Novak. Boy, the Mojave Wasteland is just a...
Did you want to try isolate?
You never know what's... Next song goes out from me to you.
Evening.
Hi,
To the town of our free rode a stranger one fine day.
The virus just jumped. Find which terminals it went to.
Folks around him didn't have too much to say. No one dared to ask his business, no one dared to make a slip. The stranger there among them had a big iron on his hip, big iron on his hip. It was early in the morning when he rode into the town. He came riding from the south side, slowly looking all around.
10 seconds.
He's an outlaw, loose and running, came the whisper from each lip. and he's here to do some business with the big iron on his hip. Big iron on his hip.
Come on.
In this town there lived an outlaw by the name of Texas Red. Many men had tried to take him, and that many men were dead.
Damn, it's jumped.
He was vicious and a killer, though a youth of
Thought we might have
24,
had
and
it.
the notches on his pistol numbered 1 and 19 more. Hardly spoke to folks around him, didn't have too much to say. No one dared to ask his business, no one dared to make a slip. The stranger
That was right
there
here.
among them had a big iron on his hip. Big iron on his hip. It was early
10
in
seconds.
the morning when he rode into the town. He came riding from the south side, slowly looking all around. He's an outlaw, loose and running, came the whisper from each lip. And he's here to do some business with
Damn,
the
it's
big iron
jumped.
on his hip. Big iron on his hip. Hardly spoke to folks around him, didn't have too much to say. No one dared to ask his business, no one dared to make a slip. The stranger there among them had a big iron on his hip.
10
Big
seconds.
iron on his hip. It was early in the morning when he rode into the town. He came riding from the south side, slowly looking all around. He's an outlaw, loose and running.
Damn, it's jumped.
Oh my goodness.
And he's here to do some business with the big iron on his hip. Hardly spoke to folks around him, didn't have too much to say. No one dared to ask his business, no one dared to make a slip. The stranger there among them had a big iron on his hip. Big iron on his hip.
10 seconds.
It was early in the morning when he rode into the town. He came riding from the south side, slowly looking all around. He's an outlaw, loose and running, came the whisper from each lip. And he's here to
Damn,
do
it's
some
jumped.
business with the big iron on his hip. Big iron on his
I
hip.
thought we might have had it that time.
In this town there lived an outlaw. Hardly spoke to folks around him, didn't have too much to say. No one dared to ask his business, no one dared to make a slip. The stranger there among them had a big iron on his hip. Big iron on his hip.
10 seconds.
It was early in the morning when he rode into the town. He came riding from the south side, slowly looking all around.
I'll track the
He's an outlaw, loose
Iris
and
from over
running,
here.
came the whisper from each lip. And he's here to do some business
Damn,
with
it's
the
jumped.
big iron on his hip. Big iron on his hip. Hardly spoke to folks around him, didn't have too much to say. No one dared to ask his business, no one dared to make a slip. The stranger there among them had a big iron on his hip. Big iron on his hip.
That's it. We got it. The virus has been purged.
It was early in
Yep.
the morning when he rode into the town. Many men had tried to take
You actually
him,
did
and
it.
many men
If you don't mind my saying so, I didn't think you had a chance in hell of pulling. But I'm glad to be wrong for once. Thank you, my friend. I'm only allowed to give you access to non-classified top.
19 more. 1 in 19 more. Now the stranger started talking, made it
Oh, all
plain
kinds of
to folks
things.
around.
There was already information regarding the layout and systems of this bunker, but we've since added our own data as well. Prior to the lockdown, we had extensively scouted the surrounding area and compiled dossiers on nearby points of interest.
Survivor may be dead, and he said it didn't.
Well, you'd have to get a senior level member of the chapter to unlock a topic for you. I've given you access to what I can, but the majority of topics fall under Ramos's aegis, since they'd constitute a security risk. Good luck getting anything out of him.
Okay.
You might have better luck with another member of the senior staff. Try talking to them about it.
20 men had tried to take him, 20 men.
Hello again, my friend. I can understand how the man might be frustrated by the current situation. He's a take-charge sort of fellow. Standing around's not his strong suit. I myself often wish we could end this interminable stasis and begin moving forward again.
It was 20 past 11 when they walked out in the street. Folks were watching from the windows, everybody held a breath. They knew this handsome ranger was about to meet his
Is that like that for every single one? Yep.
There was 40 feet between them when they stopped to make their play. And the swiftness of the ranger is still talked about today. Texas red not cleared leather for a bullet fairly ripped. And the ranger's aim was deadly with the big iron on his hip. Big iron on his hip. It was over in a moment and the folks had gathered round.
Hello, outsider.
There before them lay the body of the outlaw on the ground. Oh, he might have went on living, but he made one fatal slip when he tried to match the ranger with the big iron on his hip. Big iron on his hip. Big iron, big iron. When he tried to match the ranger with the big iron on his hip. Big iron on his hip.
Our former elder, Elijah, was obsessed with new technology. That's why we were... Hardin will be elder soon. Mark my words.
Mad about the boy. I know it's stupid to be mad about the boy. I'm ashamed of it, but must admit the sleepless nights I had about the boy. On silver screen, he melts my foolish heart in every single scene. Although I'm quite aware that here and there are traces of the cat about the boy. Lord knows I'm not a fool, girl.
Oh, hey there. So you've been talking to Hardin, eh? He's been looking for a way to usurp McNamara ever since the lockdown started. Don't get me wrong, he's a good man. But Elder McNamara has done all right by us. If it weren't for him, none of us would have survived at Helio. I'll tell you what I told Hardin. There have been only a few cases of elders being dismissed from their posts in the Brotherhood's history. And those involve crimes that someone like Elder McNamara is just not capable of. You can look it up for yourself if you want. I'll grant you access to that portion of the history section of our data store.
Hey, thanks, man.
See Senior Scribe Ibsen about act. I'm sure someone's told you all this before. Several years back, we were running our chapter out the Helios 1 solar power station. Our elder at the time, Elijah, had some kind of obsession with the place, which is the only reason we stayed as long as we did. That place was hardly defensible, and we knew the NCR was moving in on us, but the elder refused to budge, insisting we never found out what he needed time for. Wave upon wave of NCR troopers hit. We held out for a time, but we were grossly outnumbered, and they had more men than we had ammo. Eventually, our positions collapsed. Elder Elijah was nowhere to be found, so McNamara took charge and led what remained of us on a counteroffensive west. We lost a lot of men and women, but we broke through and made it here. Make no mistake, McNamara saved this chapter that day. Who was Elijah more like? He was our elder before McNamara. Bright guy, but just between you and me, he was a little off. Our mission is to recover and preserve the technology of the past, but Elijah wanted more. He sought ways to improve upon technology, make it better. When we found Helios 1, he was like a kid in a candy store. Kept talking about the potential and a grand design never realized. He even insisted we set up our base there, against the objection of nearly every paladin. What followed is...
Kiss me as though it were now or never. Teach me all that a heart should know. Love me as though there were no tomorrow.
Let's see.
Darling, love me. Don't ever let me go.
Murder.
Love me as though there were no tomorrow. Oh, my darling, love me. Don't ever let me go.
Evening.
Oh, hey there. That's an old principle that's been around since the Brotherhood was founded. It basically means that you have to obey a superior officer. It's pretty much common sense, but it gets invoked a lot when people get pissy about following order. If you're curious, I'll give you access to the data store entry on it. You'd probably be the first to read it in years, if not decades.
Our officials are asking for donations. In other news, citizens of Outer Vegas are flocking to the Strip in droves amid a wave of terror caused by a band of raiders known as the Fiends.
Oh my God.
Those who can afford passports are saying the added security is well worth the price of admission. And that's the news.
Oh.
More classics coming right up for you, so stay tuned.
You saw me standing alone, without a dream in my heart, without a love of my own.
Hello. Welcome to the range. Sure. The Elder's already given the okay. Unfortunately, you'll...
You heard me saying a prayer for someone I really could care for. And then there suddenly appeared before
The word came down from the Elder that I'm to offer you some of our lesser wares. As if I didn't have other If you must know, my inventory check this week shows that our weapon count is one short. Hardin will have my head if I don't find that weapon soon. I can't delay my report to him any longer. If you happen to find it, bring it here right away. I might be able to throw a few supplies your way if you do. Have you found it? Our patrols are always bringing more stuff in. Take a look.
Ooh.
please adore me. And when I looked, the moon had turned to gold. Blue moon, now I'm no longer alone. Without a dream in my heart, without a love of my own.
Condition is terrible.
Now I'm no longer alone. Without a dream in my heart, without a love of my own.
Yippee-yay, there'll be no wedding bells for today. 'Cause I got spurs that jingle, jangle, jingle, jingle, jangle, as I go riding merrily along. Jingle, jangle, and they sing, oh, ain't you glad you're single? Jingle, jangle, and that song ain't so very far from wrong. Oh, Lily Bell, oh, Lily Bell, oh, Lily Bell, though I may have done some fooling, this is why I never fell. 'Cause I got spurs that jingle, jangle, jingle, jingle, jangle, as I go riding merrily along.
Thanks.
They sing, oh, ain't you glad you're single? Jingle, jangle, and that song ain't so very far from wrong.
Or start of our earnings.
Hey.
And they sing, oh, ain't you glad you're single?
Ain't so very far
And that
from
song ain't so
wrong.
very far from wrong.
Oh, Lily Bell, oh, Lily Bell,
What is it, outsider?
though I may have done some fooling,
I could hardly call myself head paladin if I didn't. It's one of the first things every initiate learns when they start training. What about it? I could be wrong, but I think that's a dead end. McNamara's always followed orders, and we've been incommunicado since. Second part. That is the standard procedure, yes. For example, McNamara gives orders to... I wasn't aware that failing to do so was punishable. If we can just find an instance where McNamara went around someone and gave orders to their subordinates... It's a travesty is what it is. Every second we sit on our hands down here is another second that we're not fulfilling our sworn duty. It's not that I dislike the Elder, but I strongly disapprove of his current style of leadership. We're safe, yes, but at what cost? After lifting the lockdown, the first thing I do is send scouts out to recon the area. We need to know what's going on out there. Next, I'd resume patrols in the near vicinity, and begin sending search teams out to the spots the scouts reported. It's standard procedure when a chapter relocates to an area, but standard procedure wasn't our last Elder's style. Elijah was a strange one. His even becoming Elder was highly questionable. seeing as how he was a scribe. Typically only paladins
Oh,
are.
interesting.
But an exception was made in his case on account of him being a genius. Unfortunately, whatever scientific acumen he had didn't extend to tactics. Trying to defend Helios was a blunder of the worst kind, and many brothers lost their lives because of it. Many of the senior paladins, myself included, advised him to fight a retreating action, but he refused to budge. Said he almost had it working. We never did find out exactly what he was talking about. When the perimeter was finally overrun, the Elder had simply vanished.
Hey, it's Mr. New Vegas letting you know I've got a new Christmas compilation coming out soon. Nuclear Winter Wonderland. Look for it on holotape. Well, you know what that means, folks. Time for some news. Merchants are saying that there's been little contact between traders from Nipton in recent days, causing concerns that the isolated town may be in trouble.
Helios was the worst goddamn action I've seen in a long, long career of fighting.
Whether it's pricey restaurants, the gourmand is overstating the fullness of its wait list. Those who claim to have done
What is it,
the
outsider?
restaurant find the food appealing, but say many tables remain empty. That news
Yes,
was brought to you
I know the
by
loss of the patrols has weighed heavily. That was when I first began to seriously question his ability to lead us. A commander has to be able to deal with the potential loss of his men. It's strange that he would ask you to find mission discs on them, however. The missing paladins were all on standard patrols, which don't need them. Only brothers sent on special assignments are given mission discs. If you should find any on the lost patrols, let me know.
Found the missing patrol? While that is disheartening news, there remains hope that the other two patrols may still be... See me as soon as you found the missing patrol? I can spare a little time. What? It's a protective measure that was enacted after our defeat at Helios. The NCR was hot on our heels, and we wouldn't have survived another encounter. It was decided that we would stay quiet for a time, heal the wounded, and try to come up with a new strategy. However, after we had fully recuperated, our first scouting measures showed that the NCR's presence in this region had only increased in our absence. There are now more than 5 times the number of NCR troops in the area as when we fought them. And we have half the number we did at Helios. And so the lockdown has been extended. To go outside would be the death of us all. We have some personnel that are allowed to travel on the surface. They trade for what we need and occasionally drop off what they acquire. We make sure that they only enter or leave the bunker while the sandstorm is active, to avoid detection. That is this base's defensive system. It serves as camouflage and masks all entry and exit from the bunker. We use it to hide our patrols and supply runners, though we still send such out at night to be extra safe.
So every day you love me less, each day I love you more. It's by the day you can love me, stay now. Gotcha. Hey! Would you look at that?
All mine. You're mine.
Hey.
Can't believe anyone actually made it through from the north, what with all the death claws at the quarry. They moved into the quarry after the powder gangers came through and made off with most of our dynamite. We shut the quarry down while we waited for the NCR to get us some more blasting sticks, but now the death claws have shown. The NCR's a no-show, and my men and I have got nothing to do but sit on our asses all day. It's damn Have you ever seen a death claw? They're taller than a man and far, far stronger and faster. And there's a whole pack of them out there. You'd have to be the meanest, toughest, roughest bastard in the wasteland to have any chance against them, and I don't think that's... You'd need to take out the pack leaders, the mother death claw and the death claw alpha male. Kill them and the pack will scatter. Pretty tough job. There are a bunch of escaped cons from down south. The NCR was using them to maintain the railways as part of their sentence. I don't know who screwed up, but the powder gangers are loose. It was one group that attacked us and took our entire... We'd see them occasionally, but they didn't seem too keen on getting too close to the quarry. Not sure if it was the noise or all the workers. I can't believe that an entire pack moved into the quarry. I thought that kind of bad luck only happened in New Vegas. Oh. This is Sloan, a camp for us quarry workers. The actual quarry, Quarry Junction, is up the road north of here. The whole thing is an NCR. We make cement for the NCR using the limestone we dig out with dynamite and drag lines. Dirty work, but the pay is good. Wish we got paid in caps, though. Not a lot of merchants like taking NCR paper money. It all gets shipped by rail over towards Boulder City and Hoover Dam. The NCR is probably building fortifications with it all. It's a big machine which moves rocks around, piles at a time. It's pre-war tech, so you need to thump it once in a while to keep it running. Nope. The NCR has been trying to switch over to using paper money. For example, $100 in NCR money is valued at roughly half that in caps around here. Seems like a rotten deal for us, but work is work. Sure. I've been there once, and I don't recommend it. It's just a way to burn through a month's pay in 5 minutes. I've seen a lot of folks come through here thinking they'll have the easy life once they get there. It never happens. If you insist on going north, don't be expecting a rescue when you get into trouble.
You chops.
One anonymous soldier said it was part of a new strategy. Stay classy, New Vegas. Got some Dean Martin coming up, talking about the greatest feeling in the world, love. Ain't that a kick in the head? Sure is. Dino, it sure is.
Said, ain't that a kick in the head? The room was completely black.
Goodbye, Snuffles. I like Snuffles. Oops.
You need something? I'd noticed Snuffles limping, but I didn't realize the problem was that serious. Thanks. That beast helps keep spirits. Yeah.
See Snuffles. Oh, see how bad it is.
Oh my. Eat this.
Oh shoot. Dang, took one out. Darn. Boom!
She kissed me like the fella once said, ain't that a kick in the head? The room was completely black. I hugged her and she hugged back.
Bye, Snuffles.
Like the sailor said, quote, ain't that a hole in
You
the
need
boat?
something?
My head keeps spinning. I go to sleep and keep grinning.
Let's see, this thing does 2 damage per second.
Beautiful, I've sunshine enough to spread. It's just like the fella said. Tell me quick, ain't love a kick in the head? Fella once said, ain't that a kick in the
Spotted.
head? Hey.
Gotcha.
Like the sailor said, quote, ain't that a hole in the boat? My head keeps spinning. I go to sleep and keep grinning. If this is just the beginning, my life is gonna be
Ooh.
beautiful. She's telling me we'll be wet. She's picked out a king-size bed. I couldn't feel any better, or I'd be sick. Tell me quick, oh, ain't love a kick? Tell me quick, ain't love a kick in the head?
Can't run from me.
You're listening to Radio.
Oh my goodness. Wish I had more heals.
She's telling me we'll be wet.
Yeah, just get on there.
She's picked out a king-size bed. I couldn't feel any better, or I'd be sick. Tell me quick, oh, ain't love a kick? Tell me quick, ain't love a kick in the head?
Oh my.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our program. This is Mr. New Vegas, and each and every one of you is wonderful in your own special way.
Need a medic.
If you like news, you're gonna love our next segment. Trader.
Dang it, dude. Yeah, I'm way too weak for him. Unless I do have.
And we're back. This is Mr. New Vegas, and I feel something magic in the air tonight, and I'm not just talking
Oh my
about the
goodness,
gamma
no ranger
radiation.
on this thing.
Whoops, better put on my newsman fedora here. Word out of Camp Golf is that many NCR Rangers can expect redeployment in the near future. One anonymous soldier said it was part of a new strategy. In addition,
Can't run from me.
Prem formally sworn a new sheriff today. RNV reporters were on hand to hear the new sheriff address the crowd.
Loading public appeasement oration. Complete. Howdy, citizens. How about a yee-haw for law and order in the fine town of Error? Token not found.
That's all for now.
I'll watch my step.
Radio New Vegas, and I'm your host, Mr. New Vegas. And in case you're wondering if you've come to the right place, you have. More news for you. Several unidentified aircraft were spotted flying over the rep contest site by a local crackpot. He spoke to a toy bear near one of our microphones.
It's ghouls, I tell you. Religious ghouls in rockets looking for a land to call their own. Don't you laugh at me. I know a spell that'll make you show your true form. Cave Rat taught it to me.
In other news, citizens of Outer Vegas are flocking to the Strip in droves amid a wave of terror caused by a band of raiders known as the Fiends. Those who can afford passports are saying the edits.
Okay. Good shot, pal. Fun. I'd be dead sick. Well,
You know, I tried to measure my charisma on a Vitomatic Vigor tester once. The machine burst into flames. All the latest news coming your way right now. Word out of Camp Golf is that many NCR Rangers can expect redeployment in the near future. One anonymous soldier said it was part of a new strategy. Also, unconfirmed reports say NCR's General Lee Oliver may have uprooted from his post at Camp McCarran in order to be present at Hoover Dam. NCR sources say that holding the dam against Caesar's Legion has become their main Boy, the Mojave Wasteland is just a fascinating place, isn't it? You never know what's going to happen next. More classics coming right up for you, so stay tuned.
Yippee-yay.
she?
I got spurs that jingle, jangle, jingle, jingle, jangle, as I go riding merrily along. Jingle, jangle, and they sing, oh, ain't you glad you're single? Jingle, jangle, and that song ain't so very far from wrong. Jingle, oh, Lily Bell, oh, Lily Bell, oh, Lily Bell, though I may have done some fooling, this is why I never fell. I got spurs that jingle, jangle, jingle, jingle, jangle, as I go riding merrily along. Jingle, jangle, they sing, oh, ain't you glad you're single? Jingle, jangle, and that song ain't so very far from wrong.
Boom.
Oh, I got spurs that jingle, jangle, I got spurs that jingle, jangle, jingle, riding merrily as I go riding merrily along. And they sing, oh, ain't you glad?
Cool. Take me.
I got spurs that jingle, I got spurs that jingle, jangle, jingle, as I go riding merrily along. And they sing, oh, ain't you glad?
There we go. Come on, man.
She's picked out a king-size bed. I couldn't feel any better, or I'd be sick. Tell me quick, oh, ain't love a kick? Tell me quick, ain't love a kick in the head?
Welcome back to the Mr. New Vegas show. The show within my opinion, which I respect, the best looking audience around. Somebody prove me wrong? And now the news. Rumors persist about a super mutant refuge nestled high in the ski lodge to the northwest. If you should find it, do not, repeat, do not belittle a super mutant for taking.
This is a dangerous place, human, especially for your kind. I suggest you...
Unidentified aircraft were spotted flying over the RepCon test site by...
You must have heard her radio broadcast. Though why a human would follow her invitation here is beyond me, unless you didn't listen very close. The voice on the radio belongs to Tabitha, the supreme commander of Black Mountain, or as she calls it, the state of Utopia. She took control of this place almost 2 years ago. The super mutants here do whatever she says, and she says humans are to be killed on sight.
Silver Rush. Feel the rush of a warm laser in your hand. More classics coming right up for you, so stay.
For years, Black Mountain was a peaceful community. Its leader, Marcus, broadcast an invitation to mutants throughout the waste. That's how I found Black Mountain. So did others, most of them second-generation mutants. Marcus welcomed everyone. That was his mistake. The community ended up being mostly second-gen, not very bright, but easy to influence. Fine until the Nightkin came along, led by Tabitha. In a week, she had most of the second gens thinking she was some kind of prophet, and that she should be broadcasting her truth. Marcus saw what was coming and decided to leave before things got out of hand. He smashed the radio. There's a sad story behind that. Marcus smashed it just fine, but while we were gone, some ghoul named Raoul came up. Tabitha turned him into her personal mechanic. A slave, really. See, if I'd been standing down here, I could have warned him before it was too late. Marcus sent me here a couple of months ago to check on Black Mountain. I suppose you could say I came here, but with no signs of Tabitha's weakening and none of the second gens ready to revolt or to come to Jacobstown. Down here, on the other hand, I've saved a dozen mutants from heading up the mountain. It's not... I have my own reasons to stay away from Jacobstown for a while. Reasons we won't... Keep saying things like that and I won't be so friendly. Not every super mutant is a brain damaged. Many of us are just as intelligent as basic humans, and the rest don't really have any choice in them. And none taken, since you apologized. The Nightkin are vicious in combat, and that's if you see them coming. Most don't. They were created to be soldiers and given devices to camouflage them in battle. Unfortunately, the devices drove most of them mad over time. They spend most of their time at the top of the mountain, but patrol the roads after dark as well.
Until the moment we met, I had no one to cling to be just everything to be.
Oh, are you kidding me?
Still hanging about? Yes, I hear that sometimes. And then I never... Still hanging about? The road is a series of switchbacks up to the peak. There are 3 blockades plus patrols. Sneaking past them, just before the peak is a kind of shanty village. More second gens there. And then there's Tabitha's compound. The opposite of Black Mountain. A stable community of humans are welcome there, so long as they behave themselves. Look northwest of Red Rock Canyon if you... Goodbye.
I'll come back in a bit. So, Death Claws or Super Mutants? Oh, that's a fun choice. No, dude. Stop. What are you doing, man? Oh. This is a good place for a safe house. Oh, cool, I'm happy. Let me guess, it's gonna send me back to the Deathclaw. Yeah! Alright, I'm gonna go grab that quest, and then I'm gonna not go even around there.
This is Mr. New Vegas fanning the flames of your passion. It's just about...
This is a dangerous place.
Traders from California are being turned away from Mojave Outpost where the NCR is concerned about dangers along Nipton Highway and I-15. In addition, the death toll continues to climb around Camp
Still hanging about?
where Legion raiding parties are still chipping away at the NCR's hole south of the dam. You know they say that no news is good news, but I think my program would be awfully dull if that were the case. You know, sometimes the journey beats the destination, and especially if your spurs go jingle, jangle, jingle, and you meet some nice gals along the way.
As I go riding merrily along, and they sing, oh, ain't you glad they sing,
Can't run from me.
ain't so very far from wrong. Oh, Lily Bell,
Oh, they're pathetic.
though I may have done some fooling, this is why I never fell. 'Cause I got spurs that jingle, jangle, jingle. As I go riding merrily along, they sing,
Oh my.
oh, ain't you glad? Oh, I got spurs that jingle,
I got
jangle,
spurs that jingle,
as I
jangle,
go
jingle.
riding merrily
As I go
along.
riding merrily along.
They sing, oh, ain't you glad
And they
to
sing,
jingle?
oh, ain't you glad
And
to
that
jingle?
song ain't so very far
And that
from
song ain't so
wrong.
very far from wrong.
Oh, Lily Bell, oh, Lily Bell, though I may have done some fooling, this is why I never got spurs that jingle,
I got spurs
Oh my gosh.
that jingle,
as I
jangle,
go
jingle.
riding
As
merrily
I go
along.
riding merrily along.
And
And
they
they sing, oh, ain't you glad
and
to
that
jingle?
song ain't so very far
And that
from
song
wrong.
ain't so very far from wrong.
Vegas that I feel something magic in the air tonight, and I'm not just talking about the gamma radiation. We've got some news for you coming right up. Prem formally sworn a new sheriff today. RNP reporters were on hand to hear the new sheriff address the crowd.
Loading public appeasement oration. Complete. Howdy, citizens. How about a yeehaw for law and order in the fine town of Error? Token not found.
Also, the death toll continues to climb around Camp Forlorn Hope, where Legion raiding parties are still chipping away at the NCR's hold south of the dam. Today's headlines were brought to you by Prem. Prem, the other New Vegas. And now, I'd like to play one of my very favorite songs for you.
Oh, hey, buddy. You want to just kill him? Oh. Man, I'm not even doing anything.
Another kill.
Okay. Hey there, robot guy. Please be normal.
How may I serve you, master?
Woo! He lived. Oh. Yep.
Hello. Please remember visiting hours are from 10 a.m. until 5 p.m. How may I serve you, master? Welcome to Repcon headquarters. I'm here to answer any and all questions. I can answer whatever questions you'd like. Repcon's illustrious history began way back in 2054, shortly after the famous Delta 11 rocket was completed. Repcon's initial focus was on the development of fuel to be used in orbital propulsion in response to the energy crisis of 2052. The company really took off when Robco purchased Repcon in late 2076 to develop unmanned rockets to explore the solar system. Very well. The tour... Excellent. Ready for the Repcon tour, Rocketeers?
Yep.
Courtesy of the fine folks at Robco, I'll be your guide today. Yes? Did you have...
No.
Yes? Did you have... In the lead-lined case behind me is a spent radioactive rod from one of our old reactors. No need to stand too close. Let's move along, shall we? Look here. A row of multicolored plasma fuels. Careful. They may look safe to drink, but your stomach is the last place they should be. Why the difference in cylinder size? Refining our production methods has resulted in higher yields of fuel over time. That's why. How may I serve you, master? To my right, you can see a sample of the old safety barrels Repcon once used to store radioactive waste.
Alright, you need a skill 50. And my skill of computer stuff is 47. Alright. There we go.
Valid facial pattern.
And always helpful, Mr. Handy. That helpfulness runs through our whole line. This is the final stop on our tour. This model of our solar system is a small example of where the partnership between Robco and Repcon hopes to go. See those little rockets zipping about? They are manned by robots, tirelessly looking for resources to mine on planets beyond our own. And that's it for our tour today, Rocketeers. Robco and its tiny partner, Repcon, thank you. Any further questions, please feel free to ask. Yes?
That is sad.
How may I serve you, Master? How may I serve you, Master?
remains in blowing. So the iron in. That's good. Want to see what it says? Let me see it. Let me see it. Hey. Oh, darn. Well, it seems. Oh, hey, that guy. Got a sack, too. A second, I'll be right back. Well, I'd like to store my 10mm pistol in this refrigerator. Look, real radiation. Hmm. How many stars is that?
What?
I have 13. Why would they be worth one if they're so rare?
Third floor access is free. Invalid response.
Wesley, it's 11 o'clock. Come on. You need to do better than that.
Heyo.
Up to me.
Hostile detected. Non-combatant safety can no longer be guaranteed. Locking on. Fire.
Nice. Oh.
How may I serve you, master?
Oh. Oh, might as well kill all the robots. Not you, Waffle. I said the robots. You're not a robot, are you?
Eat this. Eat this.
Are you serious? Alright, well, I'm done for today. And it didn't crash, so